Video was already published in Hindi as well before this video, that what things you keep in your mind while purchasing a second hand or a pre-owned vehicle. So there is a list, you can make a checklist from this video, that what things you need to keep in your mind while purchasing a second hand vehicle. So I will be telling you one by one, starting from the exterior. So first thing you need to do while purchasing car, park the vehicle outside in direct sunlight, because that helps in checking the paint of the vehicle, because there are some times when there is a dented or painted vehicle, so you can't check that mismatched paint under the shadow. So make sure that you are checking the vehicle in open area. Okay, first thing. Now secondly, you can check for the tires. If the owner says that the vehicle has already run around 20,000 or 30,000 kilometers, then the life of tires should be really good. So you need to check the tires or ask the owner that when was the last replacement happened of these tires. After that, you need to check the wheels, whether it's a steel rims or alloy wheels. Check the wheel properly. If that's an alloy, no need to check for in detail. But if that's a steel rim, check the area around the nuts, because that place on which these nuts stand, that should not be rusted much, because after some time, after loosening and tightening the nuts, that steel rim will need a replacement. Three things already. So now the major thing after tires and wheels comes suspension. So first of all, you need to check for any leakage, if there is any oil leakage. So if there is any leakage, it will be clear from here that there is a leakage, oil is flowing around the suspension or the spring. So you can check that if there is any leakage. If there is no leakage, chances are your suspension system will last even longer. But still, another check that you can do for suspension, you can shake the car. I know it's not possible with one hand, but shake the car. If suspensions make little noise, then there might be a problem with suspension, but thoroughly it can be checked while driving the vehicle. So after that, you can check the engine bay. Open the hood and check for any leakage around the engine. It could be engine oil leakage, or it could be brake fluid or the coolant leakage. So check engine thoroughly. If you have knowledge of these parts, get it done on yourself. Otherwise, you can take a help of a friend who knows something about the cars, or you get a mechanic with you who can check the car thoroughly. So first thing, as I already told you, check for any leakage. It could be engine oil leakage, it could be brake fluid or the coolant, or if there is any wire cut, or you can check for any accidents. If ever accidents happen, there might be some welding spots or a painted area, so you can find out if there is any paint mismatch, then the chances are the car has already met with an accident. So this thing you can check. And another thing you can do, obviously owner will give you the RC plate, or I mean this RC or the registration plate, registration papers, anything he will give you. So match the chassis number. Here you will find the engine number or the chassis number, so match it with the chassis number. Either it's in your engine bay or on the B pillar, I'll tell you. In most of the cars, it's already mentioned here. It's already the chassis number already known as VIN number, vehicle identification number. So you can match both numbers if the vehicle belongs to the same card. Like another thing, that's a battery. It's a dry battery or it's a maintenance free battery. You can ask the owner when was it replaced, or it's a new one, or it's the genuine, the stock battery. Most of the batteries do not run more than 3 years or 4 years, so hardly it needs a replacement before 3 or 4 years. After checking the exterior, the upper body of the vehicle, check underbody if it's possible for you. You can do one thing, just nail down and check for any dents, any rusting area down this running board. This is called running board, so you can check, because sometimes the vehicle's belly or underbody get touched on speed breakers or on potholes or on some stones. So check for any dent, any rusting part. If it's any, get it done. After that, come to interior. There's a hell lot of stuff to check inside the vehicle. First, ask the owner if he has the single key only or the duplicate key as well. Ask him for both keys. So do one thing, press the button or put the key on ignition mode. Now check all the electrical components, all the accessories of the vehicle. You can check the infotainment system, or you can do one thing, start the vehicle, rotate the steering wheel. If there is any noise, you can feel at the ideal speed, idle condition, then get it done, or at least get to know about that if there is any vibration or noise in the steering wheel. After that, you can do one thing, check infotainment system, already done. Now check all the windows if it's power windows. So check air conditioner as well, because most of the people miss this point. Check your air conditioner. If it cools well, that's okay, otherwise get it done, or ask the owner to get it done for you. Now check the heater as well. You can do one thing, check the odo reading as well. Odometer means how many kilometers the car has been already driven. Let's say the car has been driven, this car has been driven for 21,955. If the owner says that it has been driven just 22,000 and the vehicle is 7 to 8 years old, do one thing. There is no hard and fast rule that you can get to know what is the exact auto return, because that might be tempered as well. You can ask the owner what was the service schedule of the vehicle, how many times it has been serviced so far, or it was serviced within the authorized service center or to a local mechanic. Ask the proofs if he has any, and ask the owner when was it serviced the last time, the recent time. If he can show you any proof that it has been serviced just like 2000 kilometers back, and he can show you the proof, then no need to worry. But if he does not have any proof, get it serviced just after you buy the vehicle. That will be more beneficial for you. Everything you can't check on your own, get a mechanic with you, as I already told you, because you can check the exterior or the upper body of the vehicle. A mechanic can check underbody of the vehicle, what is the condition of the fuel tank, what is the condition of the it's a tie rods, or is the ball bearings, or what are the bushes. So you cannot check the condition, get a mechanic with you, or get the vehicle to a mechanic shop so that he can go inside the vehicle and check it. Now there are few things that you can check it on your own online. No need to visit the vehicle. You can do one thing, check any app that can tell you if there is an e-challan of that vehicle. If it's in India, you can check M-Parivahan app, feed the chassis number or the engine number, whatever required there, the RC number. Check if any e-challan has been already issued to that vehicle. If it's already issued, ask the owner if it's already paid, because if that's not already paid, you will face a problem to get the vehicle registered on your name. Other thing that you can do, call the insurance company. If there was any insurance claim in the past, what was the claim? If there was a claim, what was the claim all about, and what was the damage percentage? If it was a total damage, or what was the damage percentage, so that you can have an idea that is it beneficial to purchase this vehicle. One thing, I don't know that's feasible or not, many owners will do or not. Ask the local RTO or any you can check if any FIR is issued on that vehicle, because sometimes vehicles get caught in a crime, or they are already a legal case is running on that vehicle. So you can get to know if you have some links or contacts in that field, so you can ask someone that. I don't know how much it's possible, I told you around 18 to 20 points. I don't know who will be the owner or the previous owner who will allow you to do all these inspection. He will strictly say no, go buy another vehicle. I won't allow you to do such much so much inspection. If the owner is cooperative with you, do all the checks, do everything before purchasing a vehicle. Doesn't mean you are not buying a new vehicle, so you should not invest much or you should not inspect much for a pre-owned vehicle. Do everything which is in your favor, which is you can do on your level. Do everything, because you are investing your hard-earned money in that vehicle. Now there are few checks for which you have to take the wheels on the road. You need to check it on a flat road. What will exactly govern this? You will get to know any vibration or noise in the steering wheel, if there is any noise coming from the engine bay, if there is any noise inside the cabin. So okay, and check brakes as well. That's a major part of of your vehicle. If you do brakes check, try applying braking. If you can do around 100 km/h, check brakes. If there is a noise in a braking system, it needs a brake pads replacement. Okay, flat road, done. Now drive the vehicle on a rough road. If you drive the vehicle on a rough road, you will get to know if there is any noise from the suspension system, from the engine bay, from the cabin. Check the vehicle thoroughly on a flat road. I already told you, check for any vibrations or noise in the steering system or from the engine bay. Drive on the rough road, you will get to know noise from suspension system, from engine bay, or from the cabin. If there is any noise, ask the owner or get it done before purchasing, or you can refrain from purchasing that vehicle if there is a major noise that cannot be done. Check all the electrical components. I already told you, check lights, horns, and headlamp, tail lamp, everything that you can do on your own, or you can ask someone, you can ask your friend to accompany you while inspecting that vehicle. Very important thing, check the spare tire as well. If there is a spare tire already in the vehicle, check for toolkits as well. Now other things are not required. So this video was all about this checklist while purchasing a pre-owned second-hand vehicle. You can keep in your mind, note them down, and go for a better vehicle. If the checklist make sure that this vehicle is good enough for you, purchase that vehicle. Otherwise refrain from that or buy new vehicle for you if you can invest. So thank you so much for watching this video.